been dragging the same ones for way too long, but now I'm shifting lanes, time to move on. Nini's my rider, got my back, always there. Fifi stands strong with her truth laid bare. Reba in Florida, dedicated, never sway. I'm terrific, watching the door night or day. Jashiva stays quiet, but she's sharp with her aim. Brandy's from the block, ready to stake her claim. Polka's leading this crew, now it's time for us to see new roads ahead, that's where we'll be. It's time to move on, I'm stepping ahead. The mission's over, nothing left unsaid. Bored with the drama, I'm breaking free. New content's calling, waiting for me. No more dragging unless I'm forced, but for now I'm done on a brand new course. I've been through the fire, seen it all before. Time to break a cycle, can't do it anymore. New ideas rising, fresh winds in the air. I said what I needed, now I'm done, I don't care. We dragged them on to the end, but that chapter's closed. Time to chase bigger things, that's how it goes. It's time to move on, I'm stepping ahead. The mission's over, nothing left unsaid. Bored with the drama, I'm breaking free. New content's calling, waiting for me. No more dragging unless I'm forced, but for now I'm done on a brand new course. I've got a new mission, no time for the past. What I built is solid, something meant to last. Bored with the old, ready to explore. Leaving behind what I don't need anymore. Locust grind ain't over, just the faces have changed. I'm moving forward, plans rearranged. It's time to move on, I'm stepping ahead. The mission's over, nothing left unsaid. Bored with the drama, I'm breaking free. New content's calling, waiting for me. No more dragging unless I'm forced, but for now I'm done on a brand new course. We left the old behind, no longer tied. New horizons in sight, we're ready to ride. It's time to move on, with fresh ideas in mind. Leaving the past where it belongs, far behind. No more dragging unless I'm forced, but for now I'm done on a brand new course. We left the old behind, no longer tied. New horizons in sight, we're ready to ride. It's time to move on, with fresh ideas in mind. Leaving the past where it belongs, far behind.
Hi everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's been a little minute, I haven't been on, handling a little business on the back end, but I'm back. I'm glad to be back. I'm happy for all of you that has taken the time to come out and actually join me this evening. As you see, content is changing up. We're doing some things different. We're going to drag it. We have to, but we got to move on. We got to take a different route. And again, like I said, I thank you all for coming by. Make sure you hit the like button. Those of you who haven't subscribed, please do so. And let me welcome my people. Hey, Fifi. Hi, Deidre. Hey, Shalonda. And Shalonda, I thank you so much for gifted memberships. Hey, Gigi. Hi, Geraldine. And again, Shalonda, thank you for becoming a member, girl. Hey, Nene. Hi, Kim. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Foxy Brown. Hi, Pie. Hi, Auntie Loretta. Hey, Black. Hi, Mima. Hey, Janice. And tonight, guys, we're going to talk about, we talk so much about unfit mothers. I pulled up a story. Well, I have been following this story for quite some time now. Um, and with me following this story, it was a horrific story. This story happened right here, right here, not very close, here in Houston, Texas. Um, with this lady, Gloria Williams. Gloria, on the other hand, I don't know if Gloria had mental issues. From what I'm understanding, Gloria was mental. And I don't know how many of you, have followed this story or know much about this story. But the end result to this story, which we will get to, shortly, Gloria had a total of 6 kids. Gloria had 6 kids in total. And hi, open, manifest, Miss HP. Of those, Gloria had 6 kids. And of the 6 kids Gloria had, when we say unfit mothers, this is truly a classic example of an unfit mother. Gloria gave her first child away at 2 weeks old. She gave that child away to the mother of the child's grandmother, which was the father's mother. The mother said that Gloria just was not that type of mom, so Gloria couldn't raise the child. So Gloria gave that child away at 2 weeks. So Gloria went on to live her damn life. Gloria went on, met another man. Gloria had more babies, but Gloria clearly had some mental problems. And Gloria is one of these motherfuckers. I'm wondering who the fuck raised Gloria, because this is some seriously sick shit. And Gloria went on. Gloria kept having children, kept meeting men, and Gloria had a damn cycle. And the cycle just went on and on and on with Gloria. We walk on people all day long in the real life, and even on this damn app. We encounter people all damn day long. Hi, Bridget. We encounter people all day long. Like I said, in real life and on this app, mental issues are every fucking where. And Gloria seems to be proof that mental issues exist. Gloria went on, and Gloria kept meeting men and having babies and having babies and having babies. Listen to Pie. Pie says, damn, sound like my goddaughter. I got 4 of her chaps. Well, Gloria just kept meeting men. Gloria kept having babies. And the end result with that was Gloria had 6 children. Now, like I said, Gloria just kept meeting men. Just kept meeting men, having babies, having babies. So this last man that Gloria actually ended up with after the many failed relationships that she's had prior to that, it was a white man that she met. And oh my God, he looks crazy as hell. Hi, Nisha. He looked crazy as hell. He was into a whole lot of shit that, was not natural shit. It looked like he was into drugs. He was into heavy metal. He was into a lot of shit. Yes, Fifi, the facial tattoo guy. Hi, Dee. And we miss you so much as well. I was wondering where you were, but girl, it's good to see you. Hi, Bryn J. So the thing is, Gloria went on. Gloria met this white guy. Gosh. And the guy that Gloria met, my God, he was a monster. He was truly a fucking monster. Hi, Melanie. He was truly a monster. I don't understand women. I don't understand people. I don't. Because no mother, not a caring mother, not a loving mother, no mother that has a heart, that has love for their kids, would stand by. Hi, Sin, would stand by. Hi, Frankie. And just watch someone mistreat their children. And it went on and on. Now, in that household, Gloria had an 8-year-old, she had a 15-year-old, she had a 10-year-old, she had a 17-year-old daughter with her at the time, and she had a 7-year-old. And the guy that Gloria, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Dee. I'm so sorry to hear that. So, yeah, Gloria had all these children living in a household with her and this man, you know, and the man was very, very abusive, very abusive. And because of his abuse as a mother, I can't believe that she sat there and watched this man. Hi, Manifest. Gloria sit there. You know, that's what I say about these women. You love a man more than you love your, hey KP, you love, hey Bobby, you love a man more than you love yourself. You love a man more than you love your children. That I don't understand. Gloria sat there and she allowed this man to abuse her children. And the other children had to sit there and literally watch this punk ass man abuse her children. Gloria's a bitch. I wish somebody would have gotten their fucking hands on before the laws got their hands on her, because that was some horrific shit. Now, the 17-year-old daughter, she could not stand the shit that Gloria was allowing to happen to her siblings. Hey, Deborah. The 17-year-old daughter, she just could not sit by and watch this shit happening to her siblings. So she intervened. And she was fighting this motherfucker back for her siblings. And I don't blame her. I definitely don't damn blame her. And what does Gloria do? Gloria gets into it with her daughter. She fights her daughter, all for the sake of a fucking man. This is not normal behavior. Women need to do fucking better. If you don't want these goddamn children, there are places, there are people who is willing to take these damn children off of your hands. But you know, when you're not raised right, and I can't even always blame that on your upbringing, you know, because when you're raised a certain way and you see shit ain't right, you go reach out for help. You do something to help yourself, to help your children. Gloria didn't do that. Gloria continuously allowed this man to mistreat her fucking children. Gloria was at the point, once she got with this man, Gloria was avoiding family. She was avoiding friends. Gloria was doing all that shit because she didn't. Hi, Donna. Excuse me. Hi, Donna. Gloria was doing all that shit. She was avoiding family. She was avoiding friends because she didn't want anyone to correct her on the bullshit she had going on. Fifi said he's a skinny, trashy looking guy. They would be waiting on him at Texas Department of Corrections. Fifi. What made me hop on his story even more? They sentenced Gloria and they sentenced his ass. But I'll tell y'all about that in a second. Now, Gloria allowed this man to continuously do this. Gloria was getting government assistance for 2 of the children that we know of. She was getting government assistance for 2 of the children because 2 of the children were autistic. But yet here she is, and she's spending the children's money with the man that she met. Gloria had problems. Gloria lived most of her life running back and forth here and there in shelters with her children. She met a man in a shelter. She met a man. They said he was 55 years old. That man she met in the damn shelter. He was an ex-con, but he loved Gloria. He got out of the shelter. He put him and Gloria in a home. He loved Gloria's children as if they were his own. But because of health complications, eventually that man died. He died. And he cared for Gloria's children in the process. But prior to him dying, that man left, that man, hi Jashiba, that man left financial, benefits behind for Gloria to care for those children. That's how much he loved her. So when the family of the deceased man found out that Gloria was going from place to place to place with her damn children, they tried to intervene and help Gloria with the children. But Gloria didn't want to let go none of those children because Gloria wanted a damn check. And that's what the most of these motherfuckers do. Hold on to their damn children for a damn check. And that's sad. That is so sorry. That's why there are so many children lost in the system. That's why there are so many children out there just because it's women like Gloria. So to go on with this story, y'all, Gloria decides, as we know, she got a trend. She just meet men and keep going. But then, hey, Sheena. So Gloria decides what she's going to do. Hey, Abs. Gloria decides what she's going to do is this. Like I said, Gloria hooked up with the white man. He is beating the shit out of her children day in and day out. He's beating the shit out of her children. So this man eventually grabs a hold of Gloria's 8-year-old son. Grabbed a hold of Gloria's 8-year-old son. Hi, Pisces. This man beat that 8-year-old to death. He kicked him. He kicked that child. He did everything to that child till that child was no longer breathing, no longer moving. That child was lifeless. But Gloria still wants to be considered a fucking mama. When the officers, well, we're not going to even get to the officers. Gloria allowed that man to do all of that to her child. All of that to her child. And in the process of that child being there lifeless, dead, the story goes on to say Gloria would go in that room and check on, hi Pink, Gloria would go in there and check on that little boy. Gloria would go and check on him. Look at her child's corpse in that room. Raise up the blanket that this man covered her child with and just look at him like he was just a piece of furniture. She did that for a couple of days, maybe a week or two. They said she did that. And when the body started decomposing and smelling, what did Gloria do? And now, mind you, she got her other 3 kids in that house with a decomposing body. Hi, podcast. She got her other 3 kids in that house with a decomposing body. Oh my God, D, I'm so sorry to hear that. Gloria has them 3 children in that home with a decomposing body. Gloria, this bitch, her and the man decides they're gonna move the fuck out. So what did Gloria do? Gloria packed up that house. Gloria packed up all the furniture, all the bedding, everything, everything, linen, curtains. Gloria packed that fucking house up. Gloria and the man moved. Gloria and the man moved. So you would think they would do something to protect. Hi, Kenyatta. You would think they would do something to protect or call the laws, call somebody. But no, Gloria instead packed up and moved 30 to 40 miles away from her children. And I say that because Gloria left her other 3 children in that apartment with that decomposed body. And she allowed that man to threaten her children and telling them they would be in the same situation as the little deceased boy if they would open their mouth and say something. Now, a bitch like Gloria, she needed her wig split. She definitely needed her fucking wig split. So Gloria and this motherfucker, yes, D, that was there in Houston. So Gloria and this man, they living miles away from these children, have them in this apartment complex struggling. A 15-year-old, a 10-year-old, and an 8-year-old. She got him in there with a decomposed body. So being that this man done threatened them with all of this shit, they don't know what to do. So now they're in there, they're hungry. Gloria ain't left shit there. They're hungry. Hey, Queen of Cups. They're hungry. Gloria left her children with not a damn thing, not a goddamn thing. But she's living it up with these kids' checks, with the motherfucker that don't work, that does absolutely fucking nothing. The 15-year-old, he started walking the complex, going to neighbors. He shared with a few of them that he was hungry, but he never disclosed that he had siblings in that household. He never disclosed that his little dead brother was in there either. He would knock on the door, ask them to charge his phone. He would ask them for something to eat. And they had that child so damn, hey, TT, they had that child so paranoid. They had that child so damn paranoid. He would ask the neighbors for food, but he was careful what to ask for because he thought somebody was going to poison him. That's a fucked up way for children to live. Podcast says that was a sad case in my city. I'm so glad that the oldest child told the truth. Yes, podcast. Yes. So the story goes on. The neighbors were sitting there, and the neighbors were actually, giving the child food. They were giving him food because they just felt that, okay, he's hungry or whatever. Neighbors had no idea it was 4 kids upstairs, 3 alive and 1 deceased. The things this monster did to these children was unbelievable. Unbelievable. So finally, the 15-year-old gets enough of this shit. 15-year-old had enough. Podcast, you on this story just like me, exactly. He wouldn't take anything that was cooked but unopened box or canned foods. Yes, and hi Vanessa, and he requested pizza a lot. That it was crazy. So here it is. When that 15-year-old had enough of that shit, he told his story. He called 911 to tell his fucking story. And I'm glad he did. In October 2021, that child called 911. And he told those people that he and his brothers were living in an apartment alone with a deceased brother. And they were so hungry. That breaks my fucking heart. So finally the police is involved. Now mind you, they lived in that goddamn apartment for months and months and months with that corpse. For months. For months they lived in that apartment with that corpse. And when those children got questioned, when those children became, they was being interrogated and questioned by the authorities, the stories, my God, the stories that these children told you guys. Right, Nini? If abuse was present, the neighbors knew. People don't understand that domestic violence is everybody's business. Yeah, yeah. Y'all, this shit hurts my heart. Right, Jashiba? I'm so glad he made that call as well. Queen says, I can imagine what those kids had to endure. Right, Queen? It was a lot. The stuff that they had to endure and the shit that they saw. That killed my spirit. Podcast says they had to put her in protective custody because those women in our county jail wanted her butt. I'm pretty goddamn sure. Sheena says the neighbors had to smell. Sheena, it was reported that the smell was going through the walls. It was reported that the smell was going through the walls. And when they were rescued by the police finally, the stories that those children told. The 9-year-old said, well, the police said when they went in there, it was flies everywhere. The stench, they had to put masks on to go in there. So if they had to put masks and shit to go in there because of the stench, imagine what those children endured. Imagine those children living in that shit. Right, podcast. She received protective custody, but the children had no protection at all. None. That bitch failed her fucking children. She failed her damn children. The 9-year-old, when he was interrogated, the 9-year-old, not interrogated, but when he had to sit there and tell his story, the 9-year-old said he witnessed all of that shit. And he also got his ass beat every day by that piece of shit ass motherfucker who was threatening him about what would happen to him if he ever said anything. And the fucked up part about that is that goddamn mama. She stood there and she watched that shit for days and days and days. And it said as a punishment to those fucking boys, when shit wasn't going right for them, they would lock those boys up in the room with the fucking corpse. I'm like, this is fucking ridiculous. They lock those children up with the dead body. That is pure damn evil. This raggedy fucking white man that this bitch called a boyfriend, that motherfucker was so goddamn evil and abusive to those children. And his name was Brian Coulter. He punched that 9-year-old in the face so goddamn hard, his entire face swelled up. And he ended up with a broken jaw and many fractures. That 9-year-old needed to have reconstructive surgery because of the lack of medical attention that he endured for so goddamn long. And the kids explain that this coward son of a bitch always would put a ring on his goddamn finger every fucking time he punched them. Those children lived in pure hell with this motherfucker. They lived in pure hell. Those children were failed by their damn mom. Imagine having something like that you call mom. No fucking way. So if your mama do shit like that to you, who the fuck can you trust in this world? Now I understand the reasoning behind this little boy going and asked for food that wasn't cooked. He had no fucking trust. The police said when they got there, the carpets were soiled. Those children lived there with no fucking electricity, no water. They had roaches, they had flies, they had no food. And the smell reeked out fucking side. That's how bad that shit was. The 10-year-old told his story. He said he witnessed that fucking monster beating and kicking his little brother until he stopped moving. And his eyes were no longer moving. He saw that motherfucker cover his brother up with a goddamn blanket, close the door and walk the fuck out like he didn't do shit. And then Gloria walks her nasty, half-retarded ass in a goddamn room like that wasn't even her child. Bitches like that don't deserve children. Bitches like that don't deserve to be walking the face of this earth. Bitches like that don't need to be productive. People don't fucking care. And Gloria, you raggedy bitch, you never shed a tear, bitch, for your own goddamn children. That's fucked up. KP says Mocha sounds like the neighbors in Jeff Dahmer building. Exactly, KP. Exactly. Who the fuck does that? Thank you for the cash app, Nene. Fifi says that was a nice complex. You'd have think someone would have spoken up about the odor. Fifi, exactly. That's where I was with that. Why didn't anyone say something? Why didn't no one report this shit? You know, and it came, my thing is like even the school, those children were not in school. Those children had not been in school for months. Where was the goddamn school system? Why didn't the school system step in and report this shit? I'm at the point where everybody should be held accountable. Wherever accountability needs to be, everybody needs to take a fucking charge. Every fucking body. So finally, after these kids went and told their story, and when the little 10-year-old told his story to the officers, I cried. I sat here literally crying. He said he saw his brother and all his hair had fallen off and he was just a fucking skeleton. He was just a skeleton. Those children are going to have trauma for the rest of their fucking lives. For the rest of their lives. I mean, this is some real world shit. I could come on this motherfucker and drag all goddamn day long if that's what I need to do. But when there's shit going on in the real world, we have to be made aware of the shit that's going on right around us. It could have been our goddamn next door neighbor. It could have been somebody down the street. It could have been one of our goddamn relatives. What do you do? What the fuck do you do? And my thing with Gloria, bitch, how the fuck did you sleep at night? You're on Instagram, bitch. You got videos of you on IG, you and this fucked up ass man. Y'all sitting up there, y'all making steak dinners. Y'all doing this, y'all doing that. And bitch, you got children that you left in a fucking apartment with no goddamn lights, no water, no food, and a decomposed body. And everybody's over there hungry, but you eating steaks. You eating steaks. I don't give a fuck. You rotten, you rotten. You no good, you no goddamn good. And you have to call it for what it is. Nene says she was a victim too. That's hard to see, but if you explore it in depth, you will find she too was a victim. Nene, when it comes to being a goddamn mama, I don't see this bitch as being a victim. If she felt and if she knew she could not provide for her fucking children and be the proper mama that she was supposed to be, bitch, go find all them children goddamn daddy, the daddy people, and give these motherfuckers to somebody that really cares. Because clearly you was not ready to be a fucking mama. All you wanted was the goddamn, okay, Abs, enjoy your trip. Love you too, boo. All she had to do was find somebody that was willing to care for those children. She was not a goddamn victim. She was selfish. She was fucking greedy because she did not want to unass the goddamn checks that came with those children. Thus far, got those children where the fuck they're at in the situation that they're in. So she is no victim. I do not see her as a fucking victim. Right, podcast. They had no running water, gas, nor lights. She left them. Hey, no nonsense. She left them. Right, Queen. I can't stand trifling ass parents either. None. Kenyatta says she don't deserve. Hell no, she don't deserve protection, Kenyatta. Pie asks, didn't she pay rent each month? Pie? She was on a system. She was one of them Section 8 bitches. She didn't pay much rent. So with the type of income she was getting, she was able to pay that rent up for a while. So no questions could be asked. Nobody had to come knock on her damn door. Right, Vanessa, that 9-year-old endured pure hell. Wicked-hearted people, Abs, you're right. You're right. That all of this shit, right, TT, some people just don't fucking deserve children. These children, y'all, literally lived in hell on earth. They lived in hell on earth. And one neighbor reported that they reported the smell to the apartment complex manager and nothing was done. Not a fucking thing was done. And once the smell was reported, that was when they fucking moved. Oh, Lord. And after those children were rescued from this bitch, or rescued from that filth, they were all malnourished. All of them. But what could we expect? They were living in a situation with not a damn thing. Without a damn thing. So finally, after all of this shit happened, once the children were being questioned, they finally pick up the mama. They picked up her and her man. They brought them in for questioning. And because they felt that they didn't, now me, my mind would have said, y'all got enough to lock these motherfuckers up. But that's not the way the law works. They said they had a job to do. So they questioned them and they released them. And they said they had to release them until they got all the information that they needed from medical examiners and da-da-da. So they did that. But within a few hours, once they got the warrant signed by the judge, they went out and they rearrested him, right? They found these some sick motherfuckers. They found these motherfuckers at a public library, digging up information on their case, wanting to know what the findings were. So something definitely was not well upstairs. But I don't give a fuck how well you ain't upstairs. That did not warrant for you to treat those goddamn children the way they were treated. Podcast says her and him was out eating steak, shrimp, and potatoes, but your kid's hungry. All of them. All of those fucking kids was hungry. All of them. Deborah says, I always say, everybody don't love their children. I will walk through fire for mine. My children are my true blessings from God. Deborah, you better say that, because most decent parents, they would do the fucking same. They would do the goddamn same. And you know, it's sad because we're talking about it because it made the news. It's all over the app right now and they're over the app right now because these motherfuckers just got sentenced. But look at YouTube. Look at social media. The same story that we're talking about tonight. You could see parents, you could see mothers that's neglecting their fucking children the very goddamn same way right here on social media. Not saying that we know that they're doing all this shit here, but if you sit on this fucking app all goddamn day, every goddamn day, hey Copper, if you sit on this app all fucking day, every goddamn day, something is clearly going unfucking done. I don't give a fuck. Ain't no goddamn way just to have 200-300 people in my goddamn chat. I'ma sit up here and act an ass and entertain people like I'm this and I'm that and got my fucking children suffering. Where's the love? Where's the fucking love? And them children don't ask to come here. Children are a gift from God. They don't deserve this shit. So, as the story goes, now the kids ended up being in protective custody. When they arrested that bitch and they arrested that monster, they could not have no contact whatsoever with those children. So they had to put those children in protective custody. Those children needed therapy. Those children needed to be healed. And when the man, now remember I told y'all about the man that she met in the shelter, the one that passed away. When his family members, which were not related to those children by blood at all, when his family members found out what situation those children were in, the first thing they did, they cried. They went to the news and they were so heartbroken because they said they could have took those children. But she kept those children away from every fucking body because she was benefiting. She was benefiting from the monetary benefits that she was getting from the state for these children. Now, you're getting a check for all of these fucking children. All of them, including the two that was no longer in her care. Even the little dead one, she was still receiving benefits. She was getting food stamps, even for the one that's deceased. But you sitting up there spending these children benefits with a fucking man. You a sick bitch. And when the time came, let me go through these messages first. Podcast says mom and husband was eating shrimp. Right. I read that one. Right, D. Jesus sits high and he looks low. Those prison sentences that they got, that ain't the end for them. That ain't the end for them. They will not sit there and be comfortable getting 3 hots and a cot. That ain't the end for them. That's definitely not the end. Deborah said the mammy and the boyfriend are evil monsters in human form. Hell to the yes. Platinum said some cold-hearted son of a bitch is hell to the yes. And with no one not saying anything, and this is where I'm bothered, y'all. This is where my concern comes in. In my opinion, and I need you all to help me with this, I feel an investigation should have been launched after all of these findings, after they arrested this bitch, after they arrested that fucking man, and they rescued those children. In my opinion, an investigation should have been launched on CPS. An investigation should have been launched on the school administration. An investigation should have been launched on a goddamn apartment property manager. And those neighbors should have had something to fucking say. Because there's no way this should have went on as long as it went on. Because clearly, all these people failed these goddamn children. And people may ask, why is it that all of a sudden these family members are running to the news people with their stories? Well, the family members, from what I'm understanding, from what I gather in the stories, they had no connection with her. She would keep changing her phone number. She would keep moving from place to place because she didn't want her family members to be in touch with her and her children because she did not want them to be made aware of the damn condition she had her children in. No nonsense. No, it's not a content creator we're speaking on. It's a story that happened in Houston. Right, Kenyatta, those children were failed all the way around. This happened during COVID, when those kids were having school from home. They was going on from schooling from home. But then when COVID was over and they had to report back to school, children still never reported to school. So the school system failed them. They failed these fucking children. KP, I believe that too. Guess they didn't have the complexion for protection. Nene said their mother failed them, the neighbors failed them, and society failed them. Those kids did not have a fighting chance. They did not have a fighting chance. Right, Sheena? Everybody turned a damn blind eye. Kathy, this is truly sad. Manifest says no one has accountability, and it's happening right now as we speak around us in many places. Manifest, you're absolutely right. And you're absolutely right. And it's like I said, we could come on this motherfucker all goddamn day and fight and drag and do this and do that. It's not about this shit all the goddamn time. It's about bringing awareness to what is real in this goddamn world. Stand up, be accountable, take accountability for shit that you see is not right. It could not have been me. I guess my radar keeps going off. If that 15-year-old would have been lurking around the goddamn neighborhood every goddamn night looking for something to eat, ain't no way I'd have turned a goddamn blind eye to that. I'd have questioned that child. I would have questioned that child. I want to know, why the fuck are you out here every day looking for food? Where do you belong? Who do you belong to? Why the fuck are you out here every night looking for food? Where are your parents? Let me speak to somebody. And I don't give a fuck how many goddamn excuses you gave me, son. We was gonna figure out where you belong. And all of this shit could have been stopped before it got as far as it fucking did. Right is right and wrong is wrong. I don't give a fuck. Platinum says, what the fuck were they expecting to happen to those children when they left them? Platinum, her story goes, she would go there every now and then and drop them something to eat. Bitch, fuck you and whatever you thought you was dropping them to eat, because that was their goddamn food stamps, bitch. I wouldn't have give a fuck if they didn't eat. You put those children through trauma, through a stress that they will never ever come out of. I don't give a damn how old they live to be. Those children will always remember, bitch, you left them in a house with a decomposing body, their sibling. You are a disrespectful, cruel motherfucker. Podcast says, I'm going to have to use this word loosely. The mom and stepdads was living great in that other apartment with plenty of food. No man, you better say that, no fucking man come before my kids. None. And she left those children all right there. And in my opinion, I truly believe she left them there to die. She left them. Kenyatta said the world is full of real life monsters, and they are. Gigi says, yes, Mocha. This is why it takes a village to raise these kids. And I agree with that. It takes a village to raise these kids, but you will not get a village involved in these goddamn children if you got women like a fucking Gloria who runs these children from place to place to place, hiding the abuse from the world. It takes a fucking village, but that village failed the fuck out of them. Because again, like I said, where was CPS? And according to the records, CPS still had open cases on Gloria trifling ass. So if CPS had open cases, tell me why CPS never went knocked on that fucking door. Because in order for Gloria to keep getting that government assistance every goddamn month, CPS and everybody else knew where the fuck Gloria lived. So they failed those goddamn children miserably. Melanie, you can pull it up on the app. You can pull it up. You can pull it up right here on YouTube. News channels got Melanie. As a matter of fact, if you go on my community wall, I have a clip from a news station telling a little bit about it. This shit was horrible. Horrible. Vanessa says, wonder what kind of future will they have? Only God can heal them. I don't believe there's a psychiatrist in this world that can even start to, girl, let me pin this, that can even start to empathize or have in-depth training to help them. Vanessa, I'm with you on that. Ain't that much therapy in the world. Those children gonna need prayers. Those children gonna need God. God is gonna be the only person that could deliver those children from that. Those children will live with this abuse. These are scars that these children will live with for the rest of their fucking life, thanks to a bitch named Gloria. Because she ain't their fucking mama. Thanks to a bitch named Gloria. Gloria met her fate when Gloria went to court. Gloria gave them all kind of excuses. Gloria was looking for a bond. Bitch, do you really think you deserve a fucking bond? They sentenced Gloria to 50 fucking years. They sentenced Gloria to 50 years. That nasty ass white man, looking like he was on a goddamn spectrum, they gave him life. That wasn't enough, in my opinion, for him neither fucking Gloria. Queen of Cups says nobody wants to be accountable for anything these days. Too much selfishness in this world. And that's the goddamn truth. That's the goddamn truth. Nobody wants to be accountable for the shit that they do. But the day is going to come, whether we want to be accountable, don't want to, the day is going to come where you ain't got no fucking choice but to answer for the bullshit that you're doing. And that's a fact. TT said kids in my household eat before anyone. Look, there are so many blessed children in this world. And it breaks my heart to know that even in this motherfucker, we fix food in here. I have food to throw away every fucking day. Every fucking day, because I don't know how to cook a little bit. And Gloria got children starving while she's pocketing the goddamn income that the government gave her to take care of fucking children. But yet, with you is all about a goddamn man. A man. Deborah says even monsters can sleep easy, Mocha. I assume they can, Deborah. I assume they can, because ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way. I would be kicking down doors. I would be the motherfucker that would be behind bars, because I would unalive a bitch behind mine. And you're going to lay up with a motherfucker that done this to your goddamn children. Gloria, you a dirty bitch. You are... No, ma'am. Nene said kids let you know without words. Children always should be happy unless they're sick. Nene, and that's the truth. But Nene, these children had no fucking body to tell. They had nobody to share that expression with. No fucking body. Right, Platinum? If she was on Instagram and all that, she had a way out. She wasn't looking for a way out. She was not looking for a fucking way out. She wanted what she wanted. She did what the fuck she did. And it wasn't about her goddamn children. Right, Frankie? The kids would have been better off in the system than with her. The, the system could have been the better place for them. The thing is, all these different men this nasty bitch laid up here and had them goddamn children for. These men, their relatives, were ready to take these goddamn children. Gloria didn't give a fuck. Hey, I'm terrific. Gloria didn't give a fuck. Gloria would not turn those children loose because Gloria wanted the goddamn income. Manifest says exactly. Sounds like half of some of these around here. Without a doubt, Manifest, without a fucking doubt. Podcast says, I went through hell as a kid, but I didn't want any kids. But once I had them, I said that they would never go through or be hungry, ever. I did that. Podcast, say that shit. You don't put children through shit that they don't deserve. Children are gifts from God. Children did not ask to be here. I hate to see a bitch that put partying in front of their goddamn children. I hate to see a bitch get dressed on a goddamn weekend and go drop little bitty children off because they want to go be the goddamn man and the children still sitting up there suffering. I hate to see a bitch that sends a child to school half kept, hair ain't combed, clothes are dirty, unclean. But you meet that bitch in the street, she thinks she cute with them cheap ass clothes on looking for a goddamn man. The world is full of unfit bitches. Full of unfit bitches. Mental health is fucking real. I get that. I get that. But what we're not going to do, we're not going to sit here and blame every fucked up shit that somebody does on no goddamn mental health. We can't. Platinum says, I hate when these low income or any woman let men run them and their children. They act as if they're slaves to these motherfuckers that are living off of them. Shit. I wish a motherfucker would. I wish a motherfucker would. Podcast says, I always say every child deserves a parent, but not all adults. Say that. Say that. Every child deserves a parent, but not all adult deserves to be parents. I'm going to leave that right there. I'm going to leave that shit right there. That's crazy. And then they asked her, what, Gloria, why the fuck you do this to your children? Now that's the interrogators. Why the fuck do you do this to your children? Why did you leave your children in this situation? This dumb bitch. Because I didn't want CPS to take my children. Bitch, are you fucking serious? You didn't want CPS to take them. They were better off with fucking CPS. You wanted the worms to take them? Because that's what you left them there for. That's what the fuck you left them there for. It ain't that you didn't want CPS to take your fucking children, bitch. Tell the goddamn truth, Gloria. You did not want to lose the income that came with your goddamn children. Gigi says, Lord Jesus, they had enough sense to go look up their case. They knew what they did was wrong. Hell yeah. Gigi, they got arrested at the public library. This is crazy. But these are the type of motherfuckers that feel like they can sit up there and tell you, bitch, you can't tell me a motherfucking thing. Keep your goddamn advice. How the fuck can you try to lead me to fucking water, bitch? And you don't know what water looks like because you neglecting yours. Cut that bullshit out. Queen of Cups says, when I was raising my daughter, I stopped dating to finish raising her. I didn't play putting no ninja before mine. Girl, girl, if other women would see that the very same way, the children would not have to suffer. They got a lot of weak ass women in this fucking world. They're weak for men. They're weak for a good time. They're weak to have a certain status. They're weak for a lot of shit. But their children don't fucking matter. Sheena says platinum is a miracle those kids did not have a nervous breakdown. We don't know what's in. Those children had to be strong for one another, Sheena. They had to be strong for one another. And we don't know what the outcome is now that they have been rescued from that shit. I just pray. I just pray that these kids survive this shit. Children don't ask to come here. Children are a gift. Copper says, I don't like people who eat good food and give children cheaper food to eat. Any child around me is eating just as good as me. The fuck? I totally agree. That's like me sitting in this motherfucker and said, I'm going to put us on a steak. I'm going to put us up on a steak and y'all go eat cereal or y'all go eat noodles. I would need my ass kicked. The fuck? Who does shit like that? Nene says, oh, okay, that's why she didn't tell. The benefits would stop. Lousy bitch. She wasn't sick. She was a thirsty bitch. Very thirsty. Very fucking thirsty. Yes, yes, guys. Please make sure you hit the like button. And Nene said hit the hearts on the side. It helps the channel, please. Thank you. Manifest says, yes, Mocha, investigate everyone and hold them all responsible for not doing anything. This breaks my fucking heart. Tax dollars. We pay money. We invest our taxes into motherfuckers like, CPS. Y'all got all these goddamn programs going on. But what are y'all doing with the goddamn programs? Because y'all not saving the children. Y'all not saving the goddamn children. Platinum says, me either, Copper. My parents always gave us what they ate. And I was like that with my son and my son now. Exactly. Podcast says, if I see children but never seen adults, I would keep a watchful eye at that apartment. As you should. As you should. Donna said, yes, they did. I worked in a school as a caseworker. They call on the innocent, but they call. They call. Copper said, I've seen it firsthand how children get detached from society so easily. The parents be moving around and the children get forgotten. And that's what happened with Gloria fucking children. Gloria children got lost fucking with Gloria. And Gloria was hoping her fucking children would get forgotten because she left them there to deteriorate. She left them there to deteriorate. Gloria is a lousy bitch. Gloria is a sorry bitch. Gloria is one of them bitches that where she is right now, they need to fuck her up. And there should be no more goddamn Gloria. And that goes for not just that Gloria, but for all the fucking Glorias in the goddamn world. Because who in the fuck treats a child like that? I got a dog. I would be damned if I treat my goddamn dog that fucking way. sad. Copper says, I've cussed out so many ACS supervisors in my life because they're all full of shit. I could believe that. I could believe that. Platinum says, if that school did their job, those children would have been rescued because they would have been wondering where they were and somebody would have went to the house. Exactly, Platinum. They were failed. They were truly failed. And more so, that neighbor. There's a neighbor that the 15-year-old kept talking to every other day because he would go to that neighbor to charge his phone. So if you have to keep coming to me to charge your phone, don't you all think a red light should have went off somewhere? Like, man, this child is somewhere living here with no goddamn electricity. So this goddamn see something, say something. Nah, these motherfuckers are playing in society's space. Because see something, say something, it seems like it's just something to be said. Because somebody at some point should have intervened from that apartment complex. Because it was 2 or 3 different people that child got food from. And it was one man in particular that so claimed he developed a bond with the 15-year-old when he started letting him charge the phone every day. So did you say you develop a bond with him just to be heard on the news? Or did you really develop a bond with him? Because that was fucked up. Pi says Jesus and counseling will help them make it. Gigi says CPS stay failing our kids in the world, and that's true. Nini said it's the things we don't see. That's unfortunate. People that are always on the go is always suspicious to me. Kenyatta, when you see these motherfuckers moving every 2 months, something is wrong. That's suspect like a motherfucker. What are you running from? Who the fuck are you running from? Why you keep uprooting these goddamn children like that? Give them children some goddamn stability. That's a piss poor mama. That's a piss poor ass mama. Right, Kathy? Prayers for those children. Continued prayers for those. Manifest says, and I will keep saying this over and over, these fools must be stopped. We're trying to make these monsters and selfish ways daily right, and everyone is watching, knowing it's all wrong. Stop the monster breeders. D says, I'm going to need some trust, loving, and understanding. They're going to need a lot. They're going to need a lot. Right, Donna? We talking about them therapists. Donna said they can't heal me. So I know they ain't going to heal them. They got to pray and stay in God's will. Yes, yes, yes. Those children are going to need a lot. Manifest says, I don't know what Texas is like, but she certainly should be sent to the Louisiana system. In Texas, they still have a chain gang, Manifest. She gonna be all right, and the state of Texas is gonna fuck her up. Deidre, that's what she did. She neglected her kids for a fucking man. Vanessa says 50 to 100 years ain't enough. They will be living off of our tax-paying money, lights, food, water, heat, and air and shelter, and a cot to sleep on. Where's the justice? I could drop the ball on this. Ain't no fucking justice. Because these bitches is still breathing. Copper says Texas got to do better. I believe they're selling children due to the Hart family story. How did those children end up being adopted so quick by a lesbian couple in Washington State? Copper. That's, girl, I'm on that story. Because I'm confused. I am fucking confused. How the fuck all of a sudden these children are adopted? That's another story to be told. Right, Gigi? The things these bitches do for attention from a man is fucking ridiculous. Podcast says Texas don't care about kids nor older people. There's another case about twins handcuffed. Girl, the twins that was handcuffed, beaten, and starved. But didn't the twins did escape? They escaped. That's another story to fucking be told. A whole bunch of manifest says these stinking no good pieces of crap. There's something. There are truly something. Let me move down in the chat. Podcast says in my state they don't care about kids nor older people. Nobody check on them. You know, and it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart when family breaks off, family separates from family, family done lost the value of family, family done lost the value of love, self-respect, family done lost that. And family didn't lose that because they weren't raised on that. Family lost that because they went out in the world and they got their ass caught up with unfit people that didn't come from that type of background, that don't know what love is, and all they know is to hustle people, manipulate people, use people, beat people out of shit. So now you done lost all your family values along the fucking way. So now family don't know how to be fucking family. And that's where it's sad. And that's how so many children get left behind. And that's how shit happens to children and family don't know about it because you done did all this shit to family. And family can't step in and family won't step in and help your ass because you allowed outsiders. You've allowed outsiders to convince you that shit is sweet. But then when them outsiders kick you in your ass, then you want to go run the family because you need them. People need to wake the fuck up and learn that life gonna still be lifing. It's gonna still be lifing. But where's the fucking respect? Where are your values? Where are your morals? People got life today all fucked up. It's crazy. Vanessa says, no eye has seen nor ears has heard, and no mind has imagined what God has in store for those that love him. It appears in 1 Corinthians 2:9. These are the last days. We got to get right. Vanessa, I need Vanessa on the pulpit because she just said a word. Vanessa just gave us a word. These are definitely the last days. We ain't just got to get right out there in the world. Get right on this fucking app. Get right every goddamn where, because this is fucking crazy. Who would have ever thought we'd have seen the day where mothers, you done sit up there and you done been in, you done carried a goddamn baby 9 fucking months. 9 months. You walked around uncomfortable like a motherfucker. And this is the outcome. Copper said, since I was a child, I had other children tell me how they were living. And I always did what I could for them. My mind always wondered, why are children on earth allowed to be hurt? No hearts. No hearts. The world is full of mean, miserable motherfucking people. No fucking hearts whatsoever. Podcast says them so-called moms be going out looking for new dick so she can make more kids. That's the size of it. That is the fucking size of it. Sheena, I bet you do. Sheena says, my mother used to feed hungry children in our neighborhood. Lord, I miss her. Sheena, and that's part of a village. That's part of a village. You don't just take care of yours. You take care of all of them that's there. They don't make people like that no fucking more. They don't fucking, hey, Golden. They don't make people like that no more. D says, I'm thanking God again for my husband, for loving me enough and my kids. We could have been with some sick man like that. D, ain't God good? Ain't he good? He knows exactly what we need when we need it. And he sent that man to you because he knew what you've been through and he knew what the hell you needed. People don't believe in this shit. Vanessa says, this abuse was worse than slavery. Girl, this abuse was worse than slavery. At least our people got roped and it was over. At least they got whipped. They got to heal and eat during and be taken care of. These kids did not stand a chance. They didn't. They did not stand a chance. Copper says, Sheena, my house and my aunt's house was a safe house to be. We fed them, clothed them, helped them with homework, hair, grooming, and all. Everybody just don't do shit like that. And I wish the day would come where the world would get back to people being loving, people being caring, people being fucking kind. It's okay to have fun. It's okay to do some things. But at some point, you got to realize enough is enough of this shit. Go fuck around and let the real world pass you by because all you want to do. No. This ain't life. Podcast says, I'm going to say something since we're all over 20. I did some bed hopping when I was younger, but my babies was with my mother. Podcast, shut your ass up. At least you left those babies somewhere responsible. Shit. I'm so sorry, D. D says, Mocha got me thinking deep. I'm scared thinking about this. D, God got you. And that husband of yours got you too. There's a reason, girl. There's a reason. And what gets me more than any fucking thing is to know that these kids were failed. I don't care how you look at it, they were failed. They were definitely failed. Terrific says, I never even fed my children leftovers, let alone feed myself better than. Exactly, Terrific. Exactly. Let me move right along. Nene asks, how old was the oldest? Well, Nene, the oldest was, the oldest that she left in that apartment was a 15-year-old boy. She had a 17-year-old daughter that was there. The daughter got tired of seeing the man beat the shit out of those children, but beat the shit out of all of them for that matter. And the daughter got up and she left. She went live with the grandmother that had the other child. So the oldest that was left there in the mix of all of that was the 15-year-old son. Vanessa says social services will come to your house for welfare fraud, but not for child endangerment or abuse. Hell yeah. Hell yes. Copper. I used to say that all the time. Same thing you just said when I was in the system. That's why, even though as a mandated reporter, I use discretion on what I report, I don't give a fuck. You have to. Every situation don't need a phone call. SA says, Mocha, yes, I had a crazy cousin. We had to damn near break her door down to find the kids burning my little cousins because she was mad at the daddy. First week they broke her leg in prison. SA. She lucky that's all the fuck they broke. I hate to say it. What the fuck was wrong with her? You done laid up there and had fucking children. You done laid there and had fucking children. And you gonna bring that type of harm to your fucking children? Bitch, you sick. Copper says, Donna, I had two friends who worked in ACS and they quit. It's just a job to look good on paper, definitely. And to have the title. That's all the fuck that is. But I'm glad. I am so glad. Thank you, Fifi. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I am so glad that those children were rescued from that SA. I am so glad someone was able to get in there and get those damn children. Podcast says, I had a 14-year-old kept coming to my balcony every day crying. And I started talking to her. And once I found out what was going on in her apartment, I called CPS and mental health care and made a report. And it's sad. Sometimes these bitches take these reports over the phone and they pop them reports on the desk. And that's all they become. It's just a report. Just a goddamn report. Donna says the teacher is supposed to call when they see, but I don't know how that teacher passed those kids. But the problem in New York City, they call for everything. They called on me so many times for nothing. Some do, Donna. Some do. Right, podcast. Texas is definitely one of the biggest hubs for trafficking. SA, I'm so happy to hear that. Twin girls, they actually have done very well for themselves. That's a blessing. That is truly a blessing. And what these people don't know, prisoners wait for these type of motherfuckers. They do. Because they can't stand you abusing children. They can't, regardless of what their crime is. They don't want you coming in there abusing children, nor the elderly. So I'm pretty sure these two motherfuckers won't have no peace for days. That's crazy. Terrific said my grandbaby has a friend where the parents wouldn't pick her up until after dinner was served. She needed glasses. She had to hold the phone literally to her face to see, but the school kept passing her. A prime example of being failed by the goddamn system. Auntie Loretta said those kids gonna need therapy as well. Yes, ma'am. They will need a lot of therapy. Podcast says, I think it's funny how mom didn't treat us well. We didn't have food, but she was the best grandma ever. Podcast. That's the beauty of it. You know, back then we were not privy to having all that's available today. We survived. We made it. We didn't have much. We didn't grow up on much. But what we did have, mom made sure Not one child went to bed hungry. We all had a full stomach. We all had clean clothes. We all got a good education. We all knew to love on one another. We weren't neglected. We weren't mistreated. We weren't abused. We were loved. And today they don't have that. They don't have it. Donna says, Jesus, this app needs to be rebuked. Hell yes. Hell yes, Donna. Terrific want to know how the little girl that couldn't see was seeing the blackboard. I had to call the school and say, what the fuck is going on here? The school had a free glasses and optometrist the next week. Like, motherfuckers, y'all ain't right. Well, see something, say something. See something, say something. I'm terrific. At least you were an advocate for that child. Where the fuck was our mama? Copper says, I talk to God a lot about that. Why are children allowed to be hurt so much? Copper, it's a lot. It's a lot, Copper. And to take that shit out on children, that's the hurting part. To take that shit out on children. Vanessa says, I can't see it. You got to hate yourself to the core to treat your seed like that. How can you look at someone looking like you and destroy it? People play the welfare game. Quit playing. Get serious. Vanessa, another word. Another word. Oh my God, S.A. S.A., those twins went through a fucking lot. S.A. said the girls had to go through extensive counseling. She used an iron on them. Whole iron marks still on them. That bitch. Whoo, that's a fucking monster. Somebody should have took an iron to that motherfucker. How do you abuse fucking children? These children don't deserve this shit. And as quiet as it's kept, it's a lot of children that's going through the same shit. A lot of children. That's just awful. Pi says, what do you tell a child that wants to call their mama and you don't even have a number? Now, Pi, that's fucked up. Because the mama don't give a fuck. You know, you walk around here and you see children. Now, let me say this. Them fucked up, raggedy, no good, half-ass, piss-poor mamas that put men, that put going out, that put clothes, that put eyelashes, that put weave that ahead of their children. Those are the raggedy ass women in the fucking world. Those are the goddamn mamas that those children love unconditionally. But those mamas that work their fingers to the bone, blood, sweat, and tears. Those mamas that give those children every goddamn thing they want, fuck what they need, because they already got what they need. But the mamas that work hard to provide day and night to keep a roof over their head, those are the mamas that get disrespected the most. Those are the mamas that goes through hell. But them raggedy motherfucking mamas get all the love in the goddamn world. Make that make sense to me. Right, D? That was the good old days. D said we were in church all day on Sundays. D, that was good upbringing. That was good upbringing. And if that way of living could come back again, we would be all right. Because when going through shit back then, nobody got hurt. Nobody was in trouble. Everybody took care of one another. This should have never come back again. Vanessa says, if a man hit you, better believe your kids are next. Young world, take life serious, Vanessa. These bitches don't get it. They don't get it. Oh, he was just playing. I wish the fuck he was. Sheena says, Lord knows we need to look after each other. And that's a fact, Sheena. Fifi says, a man will do to you and your kids what you will allow him to do. And that's with every goddamn thing. Ain't nobody could do to you what you don't allow them to do to you. Now, if you sit there and allow a motherfucker to mistreat you, I don't give a fuck who they are. They're going to continue mistreating you. Now, you stand there and take that shit, that's on you. D says, no, not about my grown kids, about my grandchildren. And maybe they may come across as a stepfather. Exactly, D. But Copper says, podcast, I definitely was a lady of the night when my baby went to sleep. I'll be home before she wakes up and she never knew I left. Well, Copper, at least you did. At least you took care of your business. You put her to fucking sleep before you went and do what the fuck you had to do. And that's the thing. Don't allow them to see half of this shit. If you not allow these children to see the shit that you do, that would make better children. But some of these motherfuckers just don't pay. They just don't give a shit. Gigi says, my grandbabies love coming to my house. They know I keep goodies for them. I buy shit that's just for them when they come to their second home. As you should, Gigi. D says, I wish I could tell you about the family next door, but they might see this. Nene says, so the daughter should have told grandma, or did she? Blind-eyed bitch. Maybe she did. We don't know. That part of the story never came out. Donna says, I'm getting food stamps. I wish they would come for some fraud. I would tell them to go check on them kids like Gloria children. Copper says, Nene, remember the days we left our doors? Girl, remember the days we left our doors unlocked and every child on the block was looked after by the adults? We had great villages in the 80s and 90s in Harlem and the Bronx. Nene says it's a shame. Teachers are now made to become social workers. Mandate report and teaching and got to do homework on their students. And it ain't enough fucking money in the world. When you go in to be a teacher, it got to be in your heart. It has to be a passion. It has to be something that you want to fucking do and you're not doing it for the goddamn income. Gigi says, I remember a lady from another site that went viral because her daughter had friends who was not getting fed and her daughter was taking food from their kitchen, giving it to the little girl. And you know, there are a lot of children. There are a lot of younger children in this world that have compassion for their peers. If they see one of their little peers coming to school hungry or don't have what they have, there are actually some children that were raised right that want to share what they have with children. But everybody ain't built that way. D says 3 pair of shoes, winter, summer, and school shoes. D, exact, girl, mama made sure we survived. We survived, but we shared every goddamn thing we had. And we loved it. It was enjoyable. But if mama was a motherfucker like Gloria, we all would have been in trouble. Terrific says, Copper, I remember going to JSMS in the park and not having to worry about the shit, whatever getting shit up. The worst was a fight. Boy, Terrific be on some shit. Oh, JSMS. I got you down. Vanessa says, when kids don't report to school, truancy is supposed to show up to your door with the police. Some teachers don't give a fuck if your kids don't come to school. They don't want to deal with them, so the school is... I've seen that happen so many times. So many times I have seen teachers not doing their part reporting the truancy because they don't give a fuck. Copper says, I remember wanting about 7 children. Not anymore. No, Copper, not in this fucking world. Not in this fucking world. It's an evil world. It's an evil world. Gigi said there's so many women that live 2 lives in this world. So I don't put shit past nobody anymore. Girl, you better say that shit. Vanessa says, we learned that watching Good Times, funny but not funny, poor Penny. Girl, and that's some when I read what SA said, I wanted to comment on so bad about Penny. Cause that iron shit, no. That's not what we do to children. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Oh yeah, Copper, I've saluted Pi from day one. Pi was a true trooper. Pi got up, Pi took control of them fucking children. Pi raising all them damn children. Pi got 4 boys. She said, I got 4 boys I sleep with every night. They in all kinds of therapy. Oh, Lord, Pi. Aretha says, the younger the parents, the worse the parenting skills. I had my son at 17 and he's 45 now. My mom says, you got him, you raise him. Thank you, mama. Old school. That's old school raising right there, Aretha. Old school raising. D says, I loved it also because that meant the stepdaddy wasn't going to whoop us on a Sunday. Vanessa says, but the truth is, I can't deal with piss poor mothers. Kids come to my house, I feed food, candy, ice pops, chip. Right. Piss poor mamas around the hood talking shit about me. I think I'm all that. Well, if you doing all of that, fuck them. You are all of that. Fuck them bitches. They don't want sitting up there with all the government assistance, all the goddamn food stamp, trading food stamps in to get the goddamn hair done, to go buy lashes, trading food stamps for blunts. Get the fuck out of here, your children going undone, bitch. Podcast says young adults who have kids don't know how to treat their own kids because they wasn't taught how because of their parents. That just sad. Just fucking sad. Copper says, not my parents. I'm not allowing them to be mistreated by anyone. They're not going to be in nobody's nursing home either. I owe them that for all. Girl, I'm going to highlight that because that's where it starts. If our parents sacrifice, I said that over and over and over again. If our parents were able to make sacrifices to take care of us, to provide for us, to love, nurture us, to guide us in the right path, to lead us into being productive and shit like that, all the sacrifices our parents made all their goddamn lives. Unless, I don't know, I don't even see what reasons could that could arise that we could fix our face, fix our mouth, fix our heart, to throw them in a goddamn nursing home. Hey, Lucille, parents don't deserve to go into no goddamn nursing homes. Do y'all know the conditions of a damn nursing home? Every parent deserves to live their best lives in whatever it is that they work so hard to build. How the fuck y'all go throw them in a nursing home and y'all living it up in something that they had their blood, sweat, and tears in? That shit don't make no goddamn sense for me. It makes no goddamn sense at all, at all, at all. Nene says, I work my fingers to the bone. I'm a mother to my children, friends. They can eat and have a safe place to vent. That's what real people do. That's what real people do. Pi says, my son didn't even know his dad was a drunk. He never drank around his kids, as he should have not. Gigi says the only man they saw was their daddy. My husband, he don't and never will allow men in and out of our home. He don't play that shit, as he shouldn't. Pi says, Copper, where I live, on one side is all my family for about a mile. So there are eyes everywhere. Pi, you're blessed. You are blessed. Terrific says, my girlfriend who was molested taught me if I meet a dude, look him up and see if they were ever arrested and what for. Pie crazy. Pie said, I disagree. That sharing shit is for the birds. Well, yeah, in some situations it is. Vanessa says, bitches in my neighborhood get food stamps out the ass. Why should I feed your kids? So I don't anymore. And I feel bad about it. But I also say, you can't save the world, Nessa. Take your S off your chest. You know what, Vanessa? I believe that. You sit there and you try to be good. You open up your heart because, we understand everybody ain't built the fucking same. The type of compassion you may have for me, I may not have for you. But because you have a certain type of compassion, that don't make you a bad person. And that don't define who you are. It's just that a lot of people are built different. A lot of people were raised different. And it shows in their actions. But don't stop being you. Don't stop being a good you. Don't stop doing what's on your heart, being good to people, being kind to people. Because you're being good and kind to people, it shows who you are. Them being ugly and nasty and hateful and selfish to you shows who the fuck they are. And they won't get far being that way. Don't lose your blessings because somebody else feel a certain fucking type of way. Podcast says 4th of July, New Year's, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, they will start coming over the night before asking Miss Veronica, are you putting my name in the pot? Well, kids know where they're loved. Kids know when they're being treated a certain way. They really do. Pie says, Copper, I leave home at 2 in the morning, drop them off. I work 12 hours, leave, go to another job, leave, come home. My aunts do homework. Pie, you are truly blessed. Pie, you are truly blessed. It's so many people that don't have that. Lucille says, my grandmother was in a nice nursing home. Her last year and a half, she had to go in one. She needed specialized clinical care. Right, Lucille? Sometimes our parents, grandparents, or whatever, they have medical issues to whereas they have to be in one of those facilities because there's only so much, we could do for them at home. But even now, they're coming up with things to whereas they're ready and willing to come. I mean, only if you have that type of insurance, they're going to come and set up the equipment in your house, same type of equipment that's in these nursing homes. But it's the way of the world. You have to have that type of damn insurance. Sheena says, child, we used to take care of our parents. Now they throw them away. I don't understand. If my parents were alive, they'd be with me or my sister. And then she says, bravo, Copper and Mocha. I love my parents to death. I wouldn't give them up for the world. I'm blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. Regardless of the narrative that is being spent, Mocha is blessed. I'm blessed. My parents, my parents are here. That's all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm blessed. But the one thing I don't understand, the one thing, this Gloria shit, this shit just burned a hole in me. D says, see now, Mocha, you're touching home again. On point. My BFF being lazy and sent her mom to her home. I don't fuck with her anymore due to that. All that she's leaving for her. Exactly, D. That's trifling. That's fucking trifling. Vanessa says, I had to make the decision to pull the plug on my big sister. My mama put my granny in a nursing home. I stayed at the nursing home until she passed away. My mama died in my arm. Her last words was thank you. Oh my God, Vanessa. Oh my God, Vanessa, I am so sorry. That's a lot. That's a lot. Vanessa, for as crazy as you are, and all of that knowledge that you're spilling in here, that you've spilled in here tonight, Vanessa, you're a warrior, girl. You're strong. You're stronger than you know. You have encountered some things that some people will never, ever, ever see in life. People just don't get it. Nene says, right, we all give on different levels. I may have a tad bit more, so my generosity might be bigger than someone who have less. Appreciation is all that is needed, period. Exactly, Nene. Appreciate it. I don't give a damn if somebody give you a quarter and the next person don't have that goddamn quarter to give. If that next person could give you a kind word, if they could give you a fucking smile, be appreciative because they didn't have that to give. People is missing the values of life. They're doing too goddamn much to be seen, too goddamn much to be heard, and they're doing too much. And it's causing every fucking thing to crumble because they don't know how to grasp onto life. Because everybody's busy out being for themselves. And the need for greed is what's killing them. Vanessa says, my brother in hospice tried to put my mama to the quiet place. I said no. They thought I would lose my mind, but God put peace in my heart. God is able, Vanessa. Definitely. Pie says, my grandma died in 2012, 4 hours from being 90. I was hustling, but I came home every 2 hours to help do whatever needed to be done. You have to be responsible. You have to be respectful. You have to show love. You have to give back to those that gave to you. Because we have to understand, we would not be here. We would not be who the fuck we are if it wasn't for the people that paved the way for us. And here we are in this world, 2024, acting a bunch of fucking asses and ain't getting shit out of it. This is fucking crazy. Nene says they're now paying you to work for your parents so you don't lose an income while caring for them. Nene, while that is true, They do offer you an income to pay for your parents. They do offer you an income if you're taking care of your parents at home. But there are stipulations with that. Everyone don't qualify to get an income for taking care of their parents. And that goes by the government. Now, if your parents are on Medicaid, true enough, they will pay you to take care of your parents. If your parents are on only Medicare, they will not give you a subsidy to take care of your parents. And the reason behind that, when they look into the background, your parents own too fucking much. And I don't understand that. When your parents sit there and work hard all their fucking life for the shit that they want to be comfortable and to sustain in life, what right does the government have to tell them that they don't qualify for this? They don't qualify for that when they get a certain age, after these people done poured so much into the system all their life. The government is fucked up. You won't give it to the elderly because they done reach a certain age and they've gained too much in life. They've accumulated too much in life. But you will give it to these pissy, non-working bitches that lay on their back and have baby after baby after baby and stay on the system all their goddamn life and giving money to men and taking care of men off of the government money. Make this shit make sense. I don't get it. Terrific says, boy, if only I could tell y'all some stories on how people treat their parents. Terrific. I could just about imagine, but I wish the fuck I would. But these people don't realize, I don't give a fuck what y'all think y'all do to y'all parents. Y'all bitches go see this day again. Y'all go see it again. Copper says, I took care of a famous black lady from Harlem in a nursing home. Her daughter is an actress, and she just dumped her there, that bitch. She helped Serena Williams and her sister as children. So sad. Well, how the fuck you could sit there, lady, and go help Serena Williams and her sister, but you dumped your mama on somebody else? They got some pitiful motherfuckers in this world. You hear me? Aretha says, I see so many young boys begging on the street for a few dollars. It breaks my heart. I ask, why are you out here? Never get an answer. Just sadness in their eyes. You know, we see a lot of young boys on the corner in the streets or whatever, and people said it's the parents' fault. In many ways, it is the parents' fault because they failed their children. A lot of these young boys that we see out in these streets, they're not out in these streets because they want to be out in these streets. They're out in these streets because they have to be out in these streets. Because of people like a fucking Gloria that don't give them shit. So they got to go out there and get it the best fucking way they know how. Gigi says, God knows your heart, Lucille. He will give you whatever you ask for, and you are a sweet person. He hears your wants and needs, and that, amen, he does. He does. Lucille says, easier said than done. My mom and uncle didn't want to put my grandmother in one, but had to. So you never know, right, Lucille? We never know the situation. We never know the situation. Every situation is different. Pie says, Vanessa, I saw my mama, husband, grandma, and baby brother take their last breath. Ooh, Pie. Pie, you saw a lot. You saw a lot. In all my years of existence, I had never seen a person take their last breath. 2 years ago, 2 years ago, my sister, my oldest sister, was in ICU. And here I am, being me. I'm in ICU laughing, joking, cutting up, slapping her on her foot, hitting on her face, hitting on her leg. I knew she was gone, but I didn't want to accept that she was gone. I knew it. But I'm joking and laughing with her, talking shit to her and shaking her, doing all this shit, wishing and hoping. But in my heart, I knew she was gone. But it was softening up the blow for me to see her take that last breath. She didn't suffer. It was very peaceful. But I had to do what I had to do to get me through it. And I did what she knew me to be, a bullshitter. Copper says, that's why I took the nursing school offer. I just lost my union job, and I said at least I'd have a skill so my parents don't need to be thrown in a nursing home. Copper, that is so caring and thoughtful of you. You know, to take your career and focus it on longevity, you know, preparing yourself to be able to be there for your parents in the event that they need you for such. That's a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. Podcast says there are a lot of medical equipment that can be brought to go home because I even have a portable life support system here. I'm not talking CPAP either. I only use it when needed. I hear, girl, there you can buy them. You definitely can. Vanessa says, never, Vanessa, I'm with you in here. Never put them in a nursing home under my watch. Girl, my baby brother died on the phone with me. His last words were, girl, you crazy. You got me laughing so hard my chest hurt. I love you, but I gotta go. Well, damn. Well, damn. D says you got to have patience with them. I wish people, it's so many people, D, that don't have that type of patience nor understanding. You know, I love my parents dearly. I've said that over and over, and I can't stress that enough. It's a full-time job, and I wouldn't trade it for a goddamn thing in the world. My career was my career. But the minute my mom had a stroke, she had a stroke, I retired from my job. I retired from my job earlier than expected. I didn't have to. I chose to. Because one thing I knew was that during her process of recovery, she wasn't going to go through it alone. And upon having that stroke, she stayed in that hospital 39 days. Of the 39 days, Mocha slept there 38 fucking nights. And ain't nobody was going to pull a wool over my eyes. Ain't nobody was going to talk shit. Ain't nobody was going to mistreat her. Because I was her eyes and her ears. When it was time to come home, they wanted her to go to inpatient rehab. That was not going to happen. You work all your life, you pay damn good insurance, let rehab come to you. So we arranged it. Rehab came to her 5 days a week. Mocha was there around the clock. Never left her damn side. And it's been that way for the last 15 years. And I would not change that shit for nothing. Because she sacrificed. My dad sacrificed. And if it wasn't for them, there would be no fucking me. Ain't no doctor could tell me shit about my mom. Ain't no nurse could come tell me shit about my mom. I'm a smart bitch. I'm not going to let you tell me what the fuck she needs when I know what she needs better than you. You saying this shit to brush me off. But if you don't advocate for your fucking people, them doctors gonna give you what they want to give you. They're gonna tell you what the fuck they want to tell you. They're gonna throw you and your people away. And the next thing you know, you're gonna be planning a goddamn funeral that was premature, that you wasn't ready for because they didn't do their goddamn job. So fuck going out there partying. Fuck chasing a man. Fuck wanting to be cute. Fuck wanting to be the life of the motherfucking party. My mama was my party. My mama was my life. My mama was my man. And all I know is everything that I thought I lost while taking care of her, God provided 10, 11, 12, 100 times more. I don't give a fuck what people say, think, or feel. When you ain't got a heart, you ain't got shit. And people need to understand that. I've always said when I came on this app, I'm a different motherfucker. I feel certain things, I say certain things, and I react to certain things. And when it's time to shift the gear, I know how to deal with life issues. I know how to talk like I got sense. But some of us don't know no better. Some of us have to be educated on some shit. And ain't nothing wrong with a group of women and men coming together and sharing shit, because just like I could help you, ain't a goddamn thing wrong with me where I'm going to be closed-minded and not allow you to help me. What the fuck? It's a growing process. You learn from me, I learn from you. It's going to make the world a better motherfucking place. So I've always lived my life knowing, accepting, and understand it ain't no little you and it ain't no big me. We're all humans. We all come from the same God. Some believe, some don't. That's on you if you don't. But we all bleed the fucking same. So at the end of the day, at the end of the fucking day, if you ain't got no compassion for people, you ain't shit. If you don't have compassion, you ain't shit. I could talk shit all day long. I could drag a motherfucker from heaven to hell. Am I serious about it? No. Why? Because this is a fucking app. I laugh this shit off and I keep it moving. It's entertainment. It's fucking entertainment. I don't know these fucking people. But in real life, I know how real life works. And in order for me to be the person that I say I am and live the way I know I should live, things just can't be the same. Move different, Mocha. Do what the fuck you gotta do. And if you gotta come back and drag a motherfucker, bitch, you drag him. But to me, there's more substance in life issues. To me, there's more substance in helping somebody along the fucking way. To me, this is who I am. I don't give a goddamn if I got 2 people in this motherfucking chat. We gonna talk about something. We will. Because with me and whoever the other 2 people is, you may have something interesting that could help me, just like I may have something interesting that could help you. It ain't always all about shits and giggles. It's about life fucking issues. Those that want to stay, stay. Those that don't want to stay, don't fucking have to stay. I am who I am. And I'm not going to change that to satisfy no fucking body. because then I'll be lying to me. And if I gotta lie to me, I don't need to be on this motherfucker. I'm not on this motherfucker just to be on here. You know, if I was that serious about this bitch, I'll be on here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I ain't hear that often. But when I come, I want to come in a meaningful way. I want to come in a meaningful way. And again, don't misunderstand what I'm doing tonight as being, don't do that. Because again, I will continue to say, if I gotta drag a bitch could get dragged. That part of me don't go away. But I know I just gotta shift it around. It can't be all of this shit. It just can't. It just can't. People don't understand this shit, you know? And people taking this shit further than it's supposed to goddamn go. Gigi says, I commend you for all you do for mama and daddy. They are so blessed to have you for a daughter. Thank you, Gigi. And you know what? Gigi, girl, I have some days with them, but it is what it is. Lucille said there are some loser ass parents out there, girl. Girl. D said you should have been with me doing hospice care. Whoo, girl. I could imagine, D. I could imagine. Vanessa said it's funny because I won a lawsuit because my doctor operated on me while... Girl, let me reread this. It's funny because I won a lawsuit because my doctors operated on me while he was drunk. I couldn't understand why it happened to me. I won that money to bury my whole family. Look at God, Vanessa. Look at God. God got a way of showing up and showing out. People don't believe that shit. Nene says 100%, Sheena, we are only accountable for our behavior. Let me move down in this chat. Oh, let me move. I'm way down. D says, oh, Pi, you're an angel. After getting beaten as a child, I started protecting slow kids at school and later started helping my grandma, which I love doing. Y'all don't know the joy and the satisfaction that comes from being there and helping the elderly. Y'all, oh, man. Copper said, that's right, Mocha, advocate for yours. And I will continue. And I will fucking continue. Lucille says, I couldn't do my mom and dad like that, but my brother is low down. Lucille, girl. Thank you, D. Thank you for the cash app, baby. Lucille says, but my brother low down. If that was to happen, he wouldn't help. Lucille, let me tell you something, sweetheart. We all got one. And I don't give a fuck how much people come on this fucking app and pretend that they have the best goddamn family in the world. Don't believe the hype. Everybody got one. Everybody got one that's not willing to do their fucking part. And so don't feel bad, Lucille. You're not by yourself, baby. Because I would be a fucking lie if I tell you that I got it made like that. I got one in here that won't do their fucking part, but do I stress over it? Hell fucking no. I'm blessed to be the daughter that I am to my goddamn parents, because if I had to depend on the one that's not gonna do, where the hell would that leave them? Where the hell would that leave them? Vanessa says, I was always in the nursing field, started as a home health aide, then CNA 1 and 2, then did paramedics until I got sick. So my calling was to take care of people. God had a plan, and I'm glad he chose me. Vanessa, pop your shit. God always has a plan. Always has a goddamn plan. And look at you now, Vanessa. You are a living testimony. You done walked through the fire. So can't nobody tell you shit. Podcast says, my doctors know my daughter well because she's always there for everything I go through, and she asks questions and challenge them if she don't feel like I'm getting the best daily care. Podcast, your daughter sounds like me. My parents' doctors say shit like, oh Lord, here she comes. You goddamn right, here I come. And there ain't no such thing. You calling them to the back and I ain't going with them. I may sit there like I ain't doing nothing, don't know nothing, won't say nothing. But I'm an advocate. And it ain't a damn thing that you're not going to ask them that you could ask them all the questions you want. I'm going to be the one to answer. You how's your blood pressure? I'm the one answering. How are you feeling today? I'm the one answering. Like the doctor's actually dealing with me. Y'all ain't playing with my parents. Now that I got something to say about it. Podcast says when you have family involved in your care, those doctors treat you much better, and they do, because they see that they can't get over on the elderly. They can't get over. Aretha says, I always say my mouth may change, but my heart remains the same. We all gonna talk a little. Aretha, like, girl, look. Let me pin that. Let me pin that. My mouth may change, but this heart of mine, this bitch will never change. I am who the fuck I am. And ain't nobody changing that. Nene says, no empathy people have an ice heart. There are hurt people who they have a cold heart. There are hurt people who hurt people. Bridget says, you can't live your life for others. Bridget say that. You can't live your life for others. You have to live it for yourself. You know, how do you walk around here with no identity? Ain't nobody gonna identify me because don't nobody know me better than me. So we have to think for ourselves. We have to live for ourselves because we don't know what tomorrow holds. Lucille says, yes, Nene, I learned the hard way when my sister passed. After all I did was show up for people and no one showed up for me. Lucille, that's the hardest part. That's the hardest part, Lucille. When you could be there for people, and Lucille, I'm where you are. I've experienced that. Lucille, you put your everything into being there for everybody. And when you're going through it and you need people there for you, you're still going through it by your goddamn self. But then, Lucille, you realize you're not by yourself. Because all the hard work, all the caring you did, all the loving you did, all the energy that you put into others, Lucille, know this. All that you done never went unnoticed. God saw that. And He's not going to make your problems, your burdens, none of that. He's not going to give you all of that, Lucille. He's going to be there to carry you through. He's going to walk with you every step of the way. He's going to make your load lighter, Lucille, and you need to believe that. Believe that. Vanessa said, I ain't never been without my mama. Every house I had, she lived beside me or with me since birth. She was my best friend, my rider. When I fight, she fought. We were sis, mother, homegirls. I feel you, cousin. Vanessa, cousin, look, when I move, she move, just like that. Hey, Lexine, when I move, Vanessa, she move, just like that. That's the type of mama I got. And we'll ride till the wheels fall off. Pie says, Nene, not so I don't give a fuck about nobody, but I respect them. I live by golden rule. If I'm doing positive or negative, you might wanna. Sheena said, same with my mom. I miss my parents. This time of the year is really hard. I'm sure it is. Podcast said, I sued Walgreens for giving me the wrong medicine. I don't trust them. Podcast, I got the fuck away from Walgreens. Walgreens give you what the fuck they want to give you and still got nerve to charge. I told Walgreens just a couple of weeks ago, bitch, how you gonna tell me I got medication that's ready, but yet you gonna tell me I got a copay? Bitch, I don't pay for fucking medicine. Hey, Miss B, I don't pay for fucking medicine. Are you crazy? Walgreens is a goddamn ripoff. Gigi said, right, Mocha, every family has issues. It's how you handle those issues. That's right. That's exactly as right. Right, Platinum. Platinum said, that's how I am at unapologetics appointments. As you should be, Platinum. You have to be an advocate. You have to be an advocate for apologetic. Because although unapologetic, she an advocate for her damn self because she be talking her ass off. But they gotta know that these people have support with them. Because if not, you're fucked. Gigi said, podcast, I'm glad to know I ain't alone. My daughter be acting like she the mama. She don't miss no appointments. Now that she has moved, her sister has the torch now. And I love that. They love me so much. And I'm pretty sure every parent in the world can embrace of that feeling, knowing that you know laid there and gave birth to all them fucking children. And it may be one or two out the goddamn bunch that has the compassion that you need as a parent to know that they're there to take care of you. Hey, Marlene, how are you? Copper said, that's why I bother my parents about having their will and affairs in order, because I'm not fighting with my siblings over nothing. Copper, that's the best thing that they could do right now. That's the best thing they could do right now. Get their business in order. Get their business in order. Having a will, having your affairs in order before even write out your own damn eulogy. We could nip all of this shit in the bud right now. And I say that because even me having a little talk with my own parents, we could make this load a whole lot simpler while you're still in your right mind, while you're able to communicate, while you're able to remember, while you're able to put shit on paper that nobody's forcing you to say or do. Put your shit in order. Get yourself a will. Put that shit in writing. And ain't nobody got to sit up there and discuss Oh, well, we're going to do that. No, we ain't going to do a fucking thing. What we're going to do is honor what they left on paper. That's what we're going to do. We're going to honor that. And I don't give a damn if they had 14 children, 15 children. Bitch, if she said they ain't leaving you a broomstick, you ain't getting no goddamn broomstick, bitch. So why they in their right mind? Put it on paper. And that would end a whole lot of shit. I have seen situations, people well off. I mean, when I say well off, they're well off. Children so goddamn no good. These people died and left all their shit to charity. Ain't give them children shit. But that's what happens when you don't have love in your heart and don't want to take care of your goddamn people. People don't get it. Life is real. Life is fucking real. And these people just don't understand. SA said, I work with doctors that look at the insurance first to see how they will treat the patient. It's all about the money with the insurance company. Bridget said both of my grandmothers were at home and had nurses 24/7, but one of us was always around to help take care of them. And Bridget, that's a blessing. You know, and that's what they don't understand. As long as a close family member is around, the person that's ill, they're comfortable. They're more comfortable in their own home. They're more relaxed. You know, I would hate to imagine my parents worked all their life for what they got, and they got to go and live their last days in a nursing home and not enjoy the fruits of their labor. I can't see that shit. Podcast says my daughter made my son move back home so he could help with my daily life. She told him that he doesn't make enough money to be play working. That's funny as hell. Pie says when they told my mama it was nothing else they could do for her, the look of hurt in my mama's eyes, knowing she was going to leave her children, I'm the baby, and was 21. Oh, goddamn, Pie, that's a lot. That's a lot. I'm going to move down in the chat. Vanessa says, my son had a stroke. My son has a brain bleed. My son has cancer. Prayed November 29th. My son woke up. He is still with me. Happy. Happy health anniversary to us. Oh my God, Vanessa, what a blessing. What a blessing. That's enough to be thankful for. Girl, when I tell you God is good. And that's what people don't realize. We have so much to be thankful for that we get all caught up in bullshit and we forget. We forget the beauty. We forget the good things. We forget what matters most on this motherfucking app. People dealing with real life issues. D Crazy D said, now listen to Mocha. She's just a speaker. You better preach, sister. D girl, I'm full of wisdom. Full of fucking wisdom. I don't take all this shit. I don't take all this shit at face value. Vanessa, you absolutely right. You don't have story. I see why you laugh so much, Vanessa. You laugh to keep from crying, and that's a beautiful thing. You got a lot of testimonies. A lot of testimonies. You are, like I said, Vanessa, you are stronger than you know. And God has something in store for you, Vanessa. You better believe that. You better believe that. And y'all, look, I'm so glad. I am so glad that we were able to sit here tonight and have the, yo, it's about uplifting one another. hmm It's about being there for one another. It's about, just sharing. Because what you say about me don't make me shit. What you say about me don't take nothing away from me. But what you can say to me can uplift me. What you can say to me can help me along the way. What you can say to me could make me a better person. But what you say about me don't mean a fucking thing. And I mean that. D said that's the only time the family want to help us, when it's time to do the will. Huh? Looking to see what the fuck they gonna get. Looking to see who left them something. Platinum says my mom picked out her own casket and everything. Had me take her to the funeral home. I didn't know what she was going in there to do that. Platinum, that's where we at right now. And I encourage my parents to do just that. I encourage them to do just that. Vanessa says, I'm so thankful for my purpose. I didn't understand it. I was even mad at God because I couldn't understand why me. But now I know, and I love to brag about being the chosen one. Pop your shit, Vanessa, because that is exactly who the hell you are. Copper says, I live in my dad's house on his land, but I'm still going to build my own house because I don't want to fight over anything. That's horrible. Copper, living in that house, you would think that they would acknowledge you living in that house. And if anything would happen to your parents today or tomorrow, they would let you stay there and it wouldn't be a problem. But people are not out to be family. People are not out to be honest. People are not out to be genuine. People are out for greed. It's all about them and what they want. And it's sad. It's sad. And you would, I don't know. I just hate to see the world that way. Yes, D. Say it out loud. Thank you, Lord. We are rich. We are rich. And not sitting up here saying we are rich because we got money. It ain't about the money. When you got knowledge, you're rich. When you know how to apply your knowledge, you're even richer. And then when you know that you done worked all your goddamn life and you've accumulated shit, you're rich. So why would you sit up here knowing who the hell you are, knowing what you got, knowing what you don't have, and you let a broke bum ass motherfucker come and take that from you? Oh man, something is wrong. Something is wrong. Child, we are having a powwow in here tonight, and I love this. I love this. Vanessa says, I know. I'm praying for you, Sheena. Hold on to God's unchanging hand. He won't never let you down, and that's a fact. That's a fact. Gigi says, some people just don't get it, Mocha. And Auntie Loretta, it is, and it's sad. They don't. They don't. What Auntie Loretta said, I missed it. Let me highlight it because Auntie Loretta said the hate is real. It's real. I enjoyed this so much. Bridget says, my mother just turned 81 years old and she's very active. I discussed with her that if she gets to the point where she can't do for herself, she's going to come live with me in my home. Bridget, you might have a fight on your hands, girl. You may have a fight on your hands because when they get that age, girl, they get stuck in their ways, don't want to leave their own damn house. I know because I'm dealing with them. I got two on my hands and they're way past the 80 stage. And that's what I got to go through. Kathy says, I am my son's caregiver. I see him every day. He's able to be with me. Kathy, that is a blessing. That's a blessing. That is truly a blessing. D says, forgive me for saying this, but after my mom passed away, my youngest sister came over with huge black trash bags and gathered all of her cookingware, like as if, girl, see, that's the shit there I'm talking about. That's the shit right there I'm talking about. Greed. That's crazy. Pie says, I got living right to the home, house, only the grandchild. Vanessa said, I had to learn not to cry. It wasn't helping me. Depression was pressuring me so. Now I only cry when I rejoice. The devil had a plan. Girl, say that. The devil had a plan. He hates laughter. That's why I find myself loving to hang out with y'all. And we love you too, cousin. We love you too, cousin. I'm going to say this. I've been on here actually 2 hours and 40 minutes. And I'm going to say this. I enjoy this conversation so goddamn much. Because it's like the realness. I felt the realness all through here. And we none know what the next one is going through. We none know what the next one is experiencing. And as we said here tonight, everybody had something to say that could help somebody along the goddamn way. And that in itself was a beautiful thing, as far as I'm concerned. Podcast says the doctor told us 20 years ago that I only had 6 months, but God says something different. I serve a great, awesome God. Podcast, testimony time. I don't give a damn what man says. God has the last say so in it all. Bridget says, well, Mocha, I'll have to get some nurses for her then. If she don't want it, girl, you're going to have trouble getting her to leave that house. I promise you. We're going to pray with you, Bridget. We're going to pray with you and for you. And hopefully she says, I'm coming. D said, and she lost all that cookware. She lost all that cookware. My mom was a top shelf, and she had all types of cookingware, heavy duty. My sister lost everything in the storage. Never told anybody that she needed help. You see what I'm saying? Greed, greed, greed. People do some shit. D says, I really needed this. I just went through a lot. I enjoyed every message I'm reading. I enjoyed Mocha talking. It's beautiful. D, thank you, love. Thank you. We are all here for one another. For one another. And on our way out, Vanessa says she's going to give us a little advice. She says, let me give y'all a little advice. If your parents are going through dementia, stick close to them. They may forget some things, but not you. Not you. It helps them not to remember the pain they have. Oh my God, that's a word. Thank you, Manifest. That's a word, y'all. That is truly a word. Again, I'm going to say, ladies, it was an awesome time. It was a time to be had. I enjoy conversations like this. It takes us to a whole different place. It allows us to be soft. It allows us to be open. It allows us to we're laughing, we're talking, we're engaging, we're understanding one another, we're learning. It's a beautiful thing. I love it. I love it. And I wouldn't trade this conversation that we had tonight for nothing. Bridget says, Mocha, I enjoyed your live tonight. It was so helpful, and I enjoyed the chat. Have a blessed evening, everyone. You too, Bridget, and I, girl, I'm praying for you. If ever that time comes and your mama, it's time for her to giddy up, I pray that she say, I'm coming. And ladies, again, like I said, I enjoyed you all. I enjoyed you all. I enjoyed you all. I'm not going to keep you all much longer. We've been here 2 hours and 40 minutes, and it don't even seem like it's been that long. But that's what happens when we're having fun. Whether it's a drag or whether it's a conversation as interesting as this, we had fun. We had fun. And I will definitely be back. We're going to be, you know me, I switch topics along the way. I'm going to try to come back again this week and do something before the weekend is out. Next week is Thanksgiving week. I won't be live at all next week because I have so many things to do. I have community baskets that I need to make and get out. And then I have big family dinner. I'm the top chef, so I got a lot of cooking to do. So next week I will not be on, but I will be back again this week to give another live. And until then, you all have a wonderful night. You all enjoy one another. Go and embrace your family. Love on your family. You know, be there for them. See something, say something. You know, let's be advocates for one another. Hey, Rock. Love you too, girl. Oh, Pi, I'm glad you're getting this therapy, girl. And I thank God for each and every one of you because, you know, it's therapeutic for each one of us. We all going through some shit. And everything that was said in here tonight, everything that was shared tonight, something somebody said touched somebody. Something somebody said helped somebody. And as of this group in here, we were strong. We shared some things, and it's going to be okay. So until next time, guys, I'm going to say good night. I love each and every one of you. Thank you all for stopping by. I hope you all have hit that like button, and we will see you guys another time.
Dragging the same ones for way too long, but now I'm shifting lanes, time to move on. Nini's my rider, got my back, always there. Fifi staying strong with her truth laid bare. Reba in Florida, dedicated, never sway. I'm terrific, watching the door night or day. Jashiva stays quiet, but she's sharp with her aim. Brandy's from the block, ready to stake her claim. Polka's leading this crew. Now it's time for us to see new roads ahead, that's where we'll be. It's time to move on, I'm stepping ahead. The mission's over, nothing left unsaid. Bored with the drama, I'm breaking free. New content's calling, waiting for me. No more dragging unless I'm forced. But for now I'm done on a brand new course. I've been through the fire, seen it all before. Time to break a cycle, can't do it anymore. New ideas rising, fresh winds in the air. I said what I needed, now I'm done, I don't care. We dragged them on to the end, but that chapter's closed. Time to chase bigger things, that's how it goes. It's time to move on, I'm stepping ahead. The mission's over, nothing left unsaid. Bored with the drama, I'm breaking free. New content's calling, waiting for me. No more dragging unless I'm forced. But for now I'm done on a brand new course. I've got a new mission, no time for the past. What I built is solid, something meant to last. Bored with the old, ready to explore, leaving behind what I don't need anymore. Locust grind ain't over, just the faces have changed. I'm moving forward, plans rearranged. It's time to move on, I'm stepping ahead. The mission's over, nothing left unsaid. Bored with the drama, I'm breaking free. New content's calling, waiting for me. No more dragging unless I'm forced, but for now I'm done on a brand new course. We left the old behind, no longer tied. New horizons in sight, we're ready to ride. It's time to move on, with fresh ideas in mind. Leaving the past where it belongs, far behind. No more dragging unless I'm forced, but for now I'm done on a brand new course. We left the old behind, no longer tied. New horizons in sight, we're ready to ride. It's time to move on, with fresh ideas in mind. Leaving the past where it belongs, far behind.
Good night, ladies.